How's it going, everybody? We are back this streaming, and it's been a while. Almost how long was it? 2 weeks. Goddamn. So I enjoyed our vacation, and I met with the community in Dumaguete for Yu-Gi-Oh. It was fun. We were yeah, we have a strong community in Dumaguete, to be honest. And yeah, my friend Lincoln is still doing or still managing the community at the moment. It was pretty good. And by that time, I think I joined one tournament last Sunday with them just to like to have fun. It was it was good. We have really good players in Dumaguete. Now, if you're in Dumaguete or you are planning to play Yu-Gi-Oh, there's that community can actually help you out. They have a ton of good people with experience with regards to Yu-Gi-Oh and tournaments, or yeah, they have like a number of wins under their belt. It's good. And I think this is the first time that I've known this, that their ban list is actually like accurately scheduled. So by the time I was there, they told me that a specific date will be for their ban list, not like the TCG where in a couple of 2 or 3 months from now they'll have that one or it's gonna be released. But so far, they were pretty much accurate when it comes to the OCG ban list. And that is what we're going to talk about today. So there was some, like, a little bit of, like, conversation that we had when I was still in the Philippines. And it is with regards to the Maxi issue. And will Maxi be banned or whatnot? Well, I also gave my input regards to how Maxi is not going to be banned because it is one of the necessary cards to be used to for new decks or to test out new decks. So there we go. So we got Maxi to 2 and some other good cards to be added as well into the ban list. My only question here, or my only problem here, is that there are quite a lot of cards here, to be honest, and they are not just about Maxi. We have also Ubel, which is kind of crazy in Master Duel, but honestly, in the OCG, it's not really like a meta deck for some reason. I don't know why it's not really a meta deck, but it is a meta deck, right? Oh, that's TCG. Sorry. So there we go. So it's not really like a meta deck. The meta decks in OCG is Ryzel, Tenpai, and then Snake Eyes, Deansmith. Yubel is kind of like 3.45%, which is kind of lower though. But nevertheless, it is still a pretty strong deck. And there was one guy, Alex, who actually paired Ubel with Deansmith, and it was pretty darn good. Now we're still waiting for Tenpai, and I think Triple Tactics Tim actually informed us that we're gonna have this by. Sorry, I'm using incognito, by the way. So we're gonna check Triple Tactics Tim. Should be the one like releasing the leaks here, but yeah, it's good. The Triple Tactics is Tim is actually giving this out. So what we got, or what we will get by this coming October, is the Ritual Beast. So there's one guy, Meljan, who actually played this in one of our local or weekly tournaments, and it was fun. It was really fun. So it's just an additional normal summon, and then you can banish one card or one monster in the field, which is pretty insane for an effect. Now, with regards to the full changes for the OCG, some of the cards here is going to be implemented in Master Duel, so we'll see some of the cards here. Now, I'm not sure if we're gonna get a nerfed version for Fiendsmith, but that would be um so sad that we won't get its full potential used in Master Duel. But I think that's one of the ways Konami is filtering out Fiendsmith before it comes to Master Duel. But hopefully it won't be like, but it's not like really crazy though. It's not really it's not really that crazy, but the additional effect or the additional monster that you can have on the board, which can send cards to the graveyard without even popping it, is kind of insane. And I've dealt this firsthand when I was playing up against a Fiendsmith player. So yeah, this might be pretty good, but I'm not sure if they're gonna like limit this on release for Master Duel. So Forbidden, we have the Beatrice. Understandably, Beatrice is one of the strongest cards, to be honest with you guys. Having to just dump one card from your deck to the graveyard is a strong effect, and it can easily be summoned to the field with the help of your Fiendsmith cards. Now, if you pair it with, I think that's just the Fiendsmith, I'm guessing. But yeah, mostly it's easy enough to summon 2 level 6 monsters on the field, and then you can go directly into the Beatrice, dumping one card, and move on with your extended combo. The problem with that is it is really broken. So this ban on the TCG and OCG is quite understandable. What else? We have Dragoons back, so that's quite interesting. I think we'll have that in Master Duel for some, or in the near future. I don't know when. The important one here is a copy of Masterpiece and a copy of a Red Eyes Dragoon. Now, Dragoon is kinda or one of the fan favorite cards that people wanted in Master Duel back, since it was banned on release for Master Duel. So this might be quite interesting to have Dragoons back and Masterpiece back. Now, regards to OCG, I'm not sure about this, if this will be like so much with regards to Dryden. I don't think that they're gonna be limiting Dryden for some reason. But yeah, nevertheless, it's not really like making strides in the meta nowadays. Regardless, the most significant one is, I was really shocked that they added the Black Witch here, but I think it's pretty much understandable because because in OCG, I think Sinful Falls are not really like doing well. But nevertheless, this is one of the best cards for Snake Eyes, so I think that's one of the reasons they hit it alongside the Poplar, which is another good addition or searcher for your card. Tenpai, I'm not sure. We're not gonna have this one limited, of course, because we haven't got this yet in Master Duel, so yes, I'm pretty sure of that. Phantom, on the other hand, I do have a feeling that this will be banned, of course, or I mean, not banned, limited by next month or so. Smith, I'm just hoping that they won't even nerf this on release. Bonfire to 1, really significant card. Yeah, like I said, it's just basically a Rota. If this is gonna be limited to 1, I would understand it. I would understand that they would limit this to 1. But I'm not sure if they are gonna implement it by this coming October. Ooh. For the semi-limited, we have here a couple number of cards, which is the droid. Eva is not really like that important nowadays because we are past the age of Drytrons. And honestly, Drytrons back then for Master Duel was kinda insane. But nevertheless, Speedroid, the Terratop is on 3 copies. These 2 cards are on 3 copies now for Master Duel, so it's not really like totally a problem. They actually made Saber Invoker to 2, which is not half bad. I think they were pretty much useful for Goki format. And I really want the branded opening back to 2, but it will be so powerful for the current branded. Even though they have the 1 copy of Branded Fusion and the 1 copy of opening, it's still really powerful for a deck. So this back to 2 would be kind of significant in a sense. Fusion Destiny is one of the best cards, to be honest. Now, in a deck for heroes, this would be really crazy back to 3 copies, but I'm not sure if they're gonna have this back to 3 copies or even limit this to 1, because that's how important that this card is. For Sarcophagus, though, I'm not sure, though. There are a ton of good cards that you can actually banish just to get a hold of any useful cards. One of which is going to be branded, which you just banish a copy of the Despia monster, and then you can gain access to the Aliber. So an easy access. It's kind of like branded opening, but it's it's an easy access to Aliber in a sense. Maxi. So that's one of the things that we actually want to talk about here generally. So Maxi, the reason why this is going to be partly good and partly bad, partly good is because we have the Malcharmi cards to actually use or to use other than Maxi. It's kind of bad because this is one of the, or OCG is one of the testing grounds for newer decks, and Maxi is one of the cards that test out new decks if they are going to be really good enough in the meta, if they spam a ton of monsters on the board. And like I said before, if you remove Maxi, there are gonna be like a ton of rogue decks that's gonna be overpowered because of the summoning mechanics, and we're just gonna be using TCG format for from that point on if ever Maxi is gonna be removed. Needless to say, some other cards will be banned as well to filter out some other um, crazy decks that is currently in the OCG. So I'm not sure about that. So they put this to 2 copies. It's not that crazy though, but I think I think there's one YouTuber that said that it's either you use 3 copies of Maxi or none at all, because there's the point of using 1 to 2 because it can easily be negated by a copy of Ash or a copy of Coldbuy or across a designator, and so on and so forth. But if you ever have, so I think that's one of the reasons, and I do agree with this point. It's better to have 3 copies or none at all. But 2 copies, it might be kind of significant in some other decks, decks that really needs draw power. But like I said, it's just on 2 copies, so the chances of getting this on your starting hand would actually decrease if ever this is going to be on 2 copies. For Master Duel, I do think that it would create a very big impact into the game. Maxi is one of the cards, unless we have Molcharmi, then I think Maxi is going to be hit. So before that, I don't think that this would be hit by next month or so. So that is basically what I have for Maxi. With regards to the Nightmare Throne, I do think that this would be good on 2 copies, but I've seen some other or minor builds where people are running 2 copies of this. So, but nevertheless, I think this would be very prominent or very good on 3 copies. So I'm not sure if people are just going to use this on 2 copies in the current format for Master Duel, but this on 3 copies is really really great. So yeah. But yeah, for some reason I've seen some minor decks play this on 2 copies for some reason. Then we have the Dragon Rulers back to 3 copies, so it wasn't really that significant on 1, 2. Now they're bringing this back to full power. So although they were very good way back, and nowadays, nah, it's okay. The new Plush Fire, I think what was that deck? The Pepe deck, I think that was it. And then the Spirals. So this is actually 3 copies of Master Duel, so it's okay, I guess, to bring this back to the game. And then you have Zeus to 3 copies, and we have Kirin to 3 copies, Raigeki to 3, and then really in the OCG we have 2 copies of this. Really, okay. So 3 Storms and 3 copies of my friend Purely. Other than that, so far so good. I've seen some good hits, but I'm very scared if ever they're gonna like pre-nerf Tenpai or Fiendsmith one before it comes out to Master Duel. So yeah. What else did Triple Tactics Team actually leaked when I was in vacation? I'm pretty sure Tenpai is gonna be. I'm still waiting for. I'm still waiting for DK to release the remaining leaks for next month. What we got so far, I think we got Goblin Riders, right? Goblin Riders, and then Ritual Beast. Ritual Beast is one of the best decks that you can actually play, and they're quite fun to actually play with. Um, Tenpai, on the other hand, is one of the best cards or one of the best decks to actually play in the OCG. So, we'll hope to see this one in the near future. I'm not sure if it's gonna be next month. Fiendsmith and Tenpai are one of the best, and as an engine, I'm pretty sure, hands down, Fiendsmith is a really good engine, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, pre-nerf is gonna be bad, and we won't experience it in full throttle if ever they're gonna have that one. Hey Gary, welcome back. Where did you go, sir? Sir Break, we missed you. I was just spending time with with Lincoln and the community back in Dumaguete. So yeah, it's sad that we couldn't like um gather up all the people when I was still there. Honestly, I like I said, I don't really like to announce things with regards to my um personal life. But so far, yeah, it's just basically some it's just a number of people that know that I actually came home. So yeah, I miss Dumaguete. Actually, Gar, you should transfer to Dumaguete. Honestly, I miss the place. It changed a lot for in the span of 5 years. It's me and the wife actually badly miss it. So yeah, Ace Bunny, so excited for Tenpai. Yeah, I'm still hoping for Tenpai to come into Master Duel. Tenpai, White Forest, and I think I'm not sure about Ritual Beast though. I just seen Meljon played Ritual Beast, and it was kind of fun. Looking at how he actually plays the deck. And also it's one of the decks that actually that can play through a Maxis because basically it's just additional summon to the field. So it's pretty nice for a deck. Goblin Riders, on the other hand, I'm not sure about this, but I will make a showcase out of this. So the two decks, the Ritual Beast and the Goblin Riders, will have that one in the future. So that's good. Um, a lot of things indeed has changed. I know, man. 5 years is too long. A lot of my friends actually are doing well. They're actually doing well in the Magete. So yeah, maybe in the near future we'll have that one, or we'll have a change of heart whether to uh change our plans in the near future. Anywho, so since we already talked about this, uh I'm still hoping for even Decade to release the. I think we already got the. We still need one archetype or one minor archetype to be released for the month of October, because I think we got Goblin Riders and then we got Ritual Beast, as what I've known so far. So usually they actually release either supports from an older deck or uh well, and then two archetypes that, or 1 to 2 archetypes in the upcoming selection pack. So that's what I know so far. But I'm not really like 100% if ever they're gonna follow that in the next selection pack. But fingers crossed, we will never know. Anywho, we will go back to Master Duel and just play off the game since we've been talking about this for quite some time. You know what? We're gonna do like, I think it's much better if we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a banlist prediction. A banlist prediction. I think that would be nice. Banlist prediction. Prepare. And there we go. So. Despite sinful spoils and Devastator got hit, Azamina will be their searcher. Ah, I saw a combo where Wanted got search. Really? That's crazy. So Happy Dragon is back, but Anaconda is banned. I think Anaconda generally is a crazy card, to be honest. So I think that's one of the reasons they actually released Dragon. I don't know why they actually released it now. It was supposed to be released earlier when Anaconda got hit, but maybe Konami OCG got or has some reasons for that one. But anywho, we shall do a banlist prediction. Do a banlist prediction for today, and then we'll just continue on with the stream. Maybe play out some games in the Duels Cup, because I haven't like garnered the maximum level yet, because I'm having fun playing some decks. Anywho, so for our unlimited, I think there's not much we can do with our unlimited though. I do think that the honestly, I really want Gamma back to 3 copies. Really significant for the deck. I've seen some people. I really stand to what I said before when it comes to the ban list. This back to 3 copies would make people fearful with regards to dumping cards during the draw phase. Really good card. And yeah, although yeah, if you remove one of the hand traps, you can actually garner a level 8 Synchro Monster. and even or eventually go into a copy of Baron the Floor, which is pretty good. So I really want this back to 3 copies. That and a copy of this to 3 copies. What else? Change of Heart doesn't really like do anything or did anything, to be honest. So this to Unlimited would be somewhat interesting. Unlimited. So what did I put? We don't want to bring back the pots because pots are really crazy. Although we can go for a copy of the Emergency Teleport. Another minor card that hasn't been doing well into the game, but they are pretty good if you're going to use it with some rogue decks. And I do think that this would be somewhat important for some rogue decks as well. Although it would be very powerful just to summon a level 2 tuner monster, which is kind of easy if ever that would be the case. Level 2 Psychic monster. So we go for Psychic. Are there any tuners for this one? Let's see. Oh, there's quite a lot. So that is crazy though. And also Gamma. You can do this with Gamma. So just this with Gamma is kind of insane. So yeah. But that's just consideration though. Consideration, but I really want Gamma back to 3 copies. And then what did I place back? I'm pretty sure we don't want Fusion Destiny back to 3 copies because that is a crazy card for hero players. So yeah, that's out of the question. And what else? I don't want Shifter back because that's one of the crazy cards or annoying cards, to be honest. And do we have any other floodgates that hasn't been hit by the ban list? I'm not sure. And let's see. I want to check out some cards for the Forbidden Limited list. Where was that? Top decks. I think it was for the top decks. Or was it from tier list? Ah, there we go. September 12, 2024. Forbidden Limited list. So, what card do we want to release? So far, so good. The ban list or the forbidden list for Master Duel has quite a lot of good cards. Hold on, let's go back to the browser. So there we go. That is our Master Duel ban list. Having 2 Gamma is okay, but do you want it back to 3 copies? It's much easier though. I mean, that and then people would stop dumping cards or using their effects willy-nilly. And of course, if you banish the driver, then you'll have 2 additional bricks in your deck. So that's kind of like a downside for the deck as well. For MD, my predictions is that they will hit Yubel. Yubel is pretty awful at the moment. Not awful, like they're very crazy for tier 1 deck. So I think, yeah, hitting a copy of Phantom and a copy of Spirits is what is the way to go for this crazy deck. Chantronaut? No, not Chantronaut. What card do we want? We're not gonna go with a forbidden list because majority of the cards here forbidden, even to 1 copy, is very important or very broken. So we're gonna skip that and just go directly to limited or semi-limited. That way it's much more easier. Now, since we actually got Invoker back to Unlimited, was it? I think it was for Unlimited. Hold on. OCD ban list. I think we got that back to... So, we actually placed that one to 2 copies. In Master Duel, it's 1 copy, so I'm not sure. We don't want the Nimble back because that is a crazy good support for the sprites. And what else? What can be so much? What would be so better on 2 copies or just on Unlimited here? I know even Goes in Match is a crazy good floodgate. I know the pots are crazy good. We don't want Grass to be back to 3 copies, of course. Maybe the Bishells. We already predicted that the Bishells or one of the Bishells will be back to 3 copies, so we got that prediction right a month ago. That's pretty good. We're still waiting for something more significant other than the Bishells, but yeah, Maybe a copy of Magnamut back to 3 copies would be somewhat nicer. Sarnier just place this to 1 copy. It's really broken if you're gonna place it with branded. What else? I do think that maybe we'll have Runic back to 2 copies would be somewhat okay. But it is scary to think that Runic can still be a problem once this is gonna be increased to 2 copies. But nevertheless, like I said, that might be something of a good choice. Oh, purely delicious memory can be on 2 copies. Ah, that could be something. What else? Anything here important? Reinforcement of the army. Oh, the alternate art for Harpy's Duster is also here. 1 for 1. Really? Haven't seen this alternate art. Okay. So, let's see here. 1 for 1. This is a stupid card, so we don't want to have that back. Let's see. Let's see. Limited to 2. We don't want Aliber back to 3 copies. It's pretty strong. Mask change, pretty strong. Especially in the servant to 3 copies, pretty strong. I do think that having a 3rd copy of emergency teleport might be a good choice. But yeah, like I said earlier, easy enough to summon a level 10 synchro monster on the field. So that might be a problem. Sprites though might be some good choices here. So you can go for sprites. Either a copy of blue or jet might be a good consideration. So blue or jet, it's either one of those, but not the sprite starter, because if you have that on 3 copies, it's more consistent than the monster itself, or more problematic than the monster itself. We don't want the Kashiras back. I think I think we can have like a 2nd copy of Kashtira Fenrir would be somewhat better for the deck. We don't want the furnitures back. I think 2 is way better for the current labyrinth. Rescue Ace. Yeah, it's okay. So far, so good. I can't see any other like crazy cards to be back on 3 copies. Maybe Parallel Exceed might be another good choice, but it would increase the the consistency of Mathmex to a point, and Mathmex are kind of good in Master Duel, to be honest. I want this on 1 copy to be honest with you guys. Anti-spell fragrance is another great floodgate in the current meta, but not everyone actually use spell cards in the current format, so I'm not sure. We'll have to check with that one. Ban Labyrinth, they don't deserve to be in MD. Hey, I played Labyrinth. They're pretty good. Honestly, it's actually a skill-based deck. Labyrinth is basically a skill-based. You can also play it as a trap-based deck or a floodgate deck. It's just kind of unfair sometimes, but honestly, you're far off better playing Labyrinth as like the combo deck, or no, not the combo deck, that the more monsters, less trap type of Labyrinth deck. So far, what we got so far for our list is this. For Unlimited, we have here a copy of Gamma. It's either one of the sprites, and maybe the Bishop Magnamut would be a good choice to be back on 3 copies. That'd be somewhat nicer, right? I mean, another level 6 monster that can actually help out in defeating Yubel. And for Fiendsmith in the coming months or so. Yeah, since Fiendsmiths are light monsters, so that'd be kind of helpful. So this back to 3 copies. One of the sprite, blue or jet, back to 3 copies might be kind of significant. So that's okay, I guess. So let's roll this one out. Roll out. Optimus Prime. Anywho, so that is our Unlimited. We're gonna have a banished prediction in a while. And then we'll have the limited section. So, or semi-limited, I mean. Limited. What am I typing there? Voila. I don't know how to type anymore. There we go. So, semi-limited. What cards do we need to semi-limit? I'm pretty sure Yubel is a one-way It's a stronger deck nowadays. So let's see for the meta. Browser. So the current format that we have is Snake Eyes is still very powerful and Ubel is still very powerful. Branded, but this is just basically on the number of decks that is widely been used in the game. So I'm not sure if we'll have this as a good source for our prediction ban list. Nevertheless, people are using it, so it's practically meta. So purelees, I don't think you don't need to touch any more purely cards because they are pretty much nerfed to the point. It really depends on. I think they would be pretty good if Fiendsmith is gonna come along. The dump one card and then use it with the fabled monster is pretty nicer. It's pretty nice with the purelees. And I've seen Alex play this one. It's really annoying seeing the spin back one card. But he has a good idea on how to play purelees. Centurions, we don't want to hit it. It's just a newer deck and basically rogue. Voice is voice, same thing. But I do think voice is a really good tier 3 deck, depending on your build, or regardless of your build. It's still a pretty good tier 3 deck. The ability of the deck that can't be targeted is astonishing. Snake Eyes, nah, but Fire King Snake Eyes might be. I think if you hit some of the Snake Eyes cards, this deck is going to be irrelevant. So they're just going to play it as basically Fire King Snake Eyes. Rescue Ace, you don't really hit that much. You didn't really hate that much. Dragon Link, we just got this back, so I'm not sure they're gonna hit they're gonna hit this. I'm more towards or leaning towards Snake Eyes, Fire Kings, or Ubel as one of the cards that they'll hit for the ban list. So let's talk about some of the cards that is in Fire Kings and Ubel. So first and foremost, we have here the Ubel deck. So typically, what I really don't like with this deck is a copy of the Spirit Gates. Spirit Gates is I really thought that this was like a minor card in the deck as a support, but when I actually dealt with this type of deck in one of my ranked games, I know that this one was a really crazy card. It can gain you access to one Fiend Master from your graveyard that has 0 attack and 0 defense. So typically, it's just a Ubel that you can get a hold of, and if you control a level 10 monster, you can add one continuous spell card from your graveyard. So if you have a copy of your Nightmare Pain, it can easily be added back to your hand, which is a really stupid effect. Also, if you have a copy of where was that? Also, if you have a copy of the Dark Beckoning on the field, you have an additional normal summon of a Fiend monster, which is kind of broken. So, and you can search out a copy of Spirit Gates. So I do think that Spirit Gates needs to be on semi-limited or possibly limited. I think possibly limiting this card would be so much so relevant. I think that would be so relevant if ever we're gonna have this limited to one. The rest, Nightmare Throne and a copy of Nightmare Pain, they can stay the same as long as Spirit Gates is gonna be on one copy. Like I said, this is one of the crazier cards to be added into the Ubel archetype, hands down. So that and a copy of Phantom of Ubel to one copy would be significant enough. And what else? What do we need to? I think majority of the semi-limited cards is mostly, or my choice would mostly be from Snake Eyes, or yeah, Snake Eyes. So would mostly be Snake Eyes. So let's see here. Don't forget to share your live to the GC. Tilangar. We'll content. We'll share that one in the near future lang. For now, I'm still jet lagged in a bit, so my beauty is not still ready for that. Yeah, it's done. So our Snake Eyes, my choices for semi-limited is a copy of Kirin, which is kind of understandable because this is a really strong card. There's the point of even adding a copy of Garunix here, and or a copy of the Ponix. The Ponix can be played to 1 to 2 copies. The Garunix are they're just playing this on one copy, so there's no point of semi-limiting it. I do think Snake Eyes Flamberge is on 2 copies still, so there's no point. So what we get so far, or what we got so far, is a copy of Avatar Kirin and either the Black Witch. It's either one of those. My point to be placed. So it's just basically Kirin. Nothing more significant though. On 2 copies, because majority of the Fire King Snake Eyes, they're just using 1 to 2 copies. Snake Eyes, they're practically tier 3, or yeah, practically tier 3 at the moment. So having them semi-limited, it won't make a difference. Ash is the one that you have to worry about, but that is on 1 copy still, so no problem at all. But let's see. What other cards could be more significant in the game? People are using 2 copies of original Sinful Spoils. Okay. But I do think Kirin is one of the most important ones. So that this on 2 copies would be kind of significant. So I'm gonna put Kirin there. Is there any other card that we should actually place in this list? I don't think so. Tier elements, they're practically pretty good. I do think, or I do believe before, that tier elements with the new Lightsworn cards was kind of great, which is kind of good. But once I tested it out in Master Duel and played some games with it, it was okay deck. It's just basically like playing Horus tier elements and or the regular tier elements deck. So yeah, doesn't really make a difference. It's still practically the same thing. You dump a ton of cards to the graveyard and do the same thing. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really like impacted the game with the new Lightsworn cards. So that's basically it. Dragon Link, no. Branded, we don't want to hit more branded cards, because if we hit another card from the branded archetype, that would be so devastating. Although, let's see here. Branded is still pretty good though in Master Duel. Yay, Snake Eyes. Take your time, Sir Breg, no worries. Ilangar, in time we'll have this. We shall have our community. We'll have our community. Then we'll make tournaments for the community. So anyways, branded, I'm not sure if we're gonna have Fallen of Labas. People are still using this on a 60 card deck, so and they can still be used on a 40 card deck. So it doesn't really matter if you hit some of the cards, because they'll just practically use them as a 40 card deck. Rebellion, it's not really half bad. People are still using it as 2 to 3 copies. What else? What other significant card here that needs to be on 2 copies? Other than some of the cards. I don't think the branded needs to be nerfed or needs to be hit. They're practically okay though. They're not like really formidable, but they are very strong as a deck. And they're like in a level of average between Snake Eyes, Yubel, and then on tier 3 or Rogue, somewhat in the middle of that one. So hitting one of these cards might bring them down a little bit in the tier list, but they're still pretty good on their numbers. So I do think even adding a copy of, or an additional copy of Magnamut would increase their win rate potential, but I'm not really sure about that, because they're just using 1 and 1 for even the Bishal Drew Swarm on once it was released from the ban list. So we're gonna have to keep branded for the time being. So what we'll have in our ban list so far is just this, or our semi-limited is just a copy of Kirin though, because we're gonna have more cards for the limited section rather than the semi-limited section. So for our limited, so we're gonna put this one in as a content later on. For our limited, like I said, Spirit Gates is one of the crazier cards. Spirit Gates, and then Phantom of Yubel is the way to go to add this into the game. To have this limited in the game. What else did I limited back then? Or maybe a copy of Dark Beckoning would be somewhat relevant as one copy. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think the copy of either Dark Beckoning or a copy of Spirit Gates would actually lessen the power of Yubel, because you don't really have a big problem if you're gonna have the Lotus or a copy of Spirit of Yubel spin back or use their effects, because it's mostly the consistency makers, like a copy of Dark Beckoning, that establishes the right board for you. So having this limited to one would actually would really lower the chances of getting those cards or really establishing the board for Yubel. So it's either one of those. Like I said, it's not really like a big issue. The Lotus and the copy of Spirit is not really like a big issue. And oh yeah, there's one card that I really want back in the game, and that is a copy of, what card was it? I forgot the card's name. It is actually banned. Oh yeah, Set Rotation. I know this is a really crazy card, but I really want this back in the game for just rogue decks. So set 2 field spells from different names from your deck on the field. Basically, you just get one field spell that you like, and then the other one would typically be like a copy of Chicken Game or whatsoever. For this to happen, we need to have Chicken Game banned, so that we can have this back to one copy. Chicken Game is a really crazy card on both fields, allowing you to draw and then protect you if ever you have the lowest life point. So that removed, will have Set Rotation back, if ever Konami will realize that. But this is a really good card, or a really good support for rogue decks that actually depends on field spells. So that's my point of view with regards to Set Rotation. So with that, what else? So going back to Yubel, I think that's the only two cards or the three cards that I really want to limit for the deck. Phantom of Yubel is just an annoying card, to be honest. Contact Fuse, anything that Contact Fuses and then has a crazy effect that can't be removed because it can't be used as a fusion material, and then you can activate the effect, tributing it if ever it's going to be targeted whatsoever by a Veiler or whatnot. So it's really crazy for an effect. It needs to be on one copy. What else? Snake Eyes. I do think maybe Poplar or even a copy of Black Witch. I don't think Black Witch would be somewhat. It is a significant card though, but I do think Poplar is much more significant than the Black Witch, because you can have this on the back row or on the field and get a copy of a Snake Eyes or a Sinful Spoils card. So that is still a pretty good card to have in your deck. Black Witch. Maybe semi-limited though. I think semi-limited would be the best choice for Black Witch. But for me, Snake Eyes will have Popular and then as limited. And then maybe a copy of Ponix though. Even though people are just using this on one copy, or even a copy of Ocanix. Either one of these. So Ponix might be a good choice, or Ocanix. So it's either one of these cards. So what else can I actually place here? I do think Promethean Princess is a really stupid card, and having this to one copy, but people are majority of the people are players are just using one copy of this, so it's not like a crazy card, to be honest, and it just works with fire decks, not typically some other decks. But yeah, the generic effect or the generic material to summon this on the field is really good. But yeah, like it usually works with fire decks. So if it was like any deck for that matter, if this can be used with any type of deck, then this would be pretty much broken, or maybe so it would be like limited or banned, to be honest. But since it's going to be with fire decks, I do think that this stayed on unlimited is still okay. People are just running with one copy of this anyway. So that's it. What else? So I think that's basically it for our limited section. We can just add Black Witch back into the semi-limited. We can just add Black Witch back. A Black Witch back to semi-limited. Alright, so for the ban list, or for the forbidden list. For the forbidden list, we'll have... I do think that we still need to have, or we still need to remove the copy of what you call that? The DDD card. The crazy card. It is the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga, and oh yeah, I forgot about the limited. I think Kali Yuga is the only one that I want to ban, to be honest. And for the limited, I think we'll have a copy of, oh yeah, Super Poly. Super Poly. So my insight here is that Super Poly is a crazy card. It's a good card. But if you remove some of the UBEL cards, like a copy of Phantom, then there's no need to target Super Poly for the ban list. But if you have some of the UBEL cards in game, I think Super Poly needs... No, I think it would be like, I don't know, if they have that one, they need to retain Super Poly to 3 copies if they still have UBEL in the game. If they limit the UBEL cards, they need to limit the Super Poly. So I think that is a way better explanation than the other. So yeah, so that's it. Not that much, to be honest, but that is our prediction ban list. So yeah, so just a quick recap. Just a quick recap for our ban list, and this is going to be added into the channel later on. So we have here our prediction ban list, and we have a couple of cards. So first and foremost, let's talk about the unlimited section. It's going to be like a quick prediction ban list anyways. And yeah, we are back in creating contents, boys and girls. So first and foremost, we have here the unlimited section. So we have first, we need to release a copy, or the third copy of Gamma. And like I said in my previous video, Gamma is one of the best cards to be on 3 copies, just to, you know, keep hand traps on check if ever they're gonna be activated during the draw phase, or people are gonna activate their monster effects without even considering a copy of Gamma on hand. Also, you might say it is a really crazier card if ever they'll have this on 3 copies, but another downside for this card is if ever your opponent banishes a copy of Driver, then you typically have 2 bricks in your deck, which is the second and the third copy of Gamma. That's one, I would say, crazier downside than the other though. So but if you summon this to field during your turn, you'll have a really good advantage. If not, if you summon those monsters during your opponent's turn, there might be a chance that that Driver will be banished, and you'll have 2 additional bricks. Needless to say, the third copy of Gamma will be so significant in the game in helping out rogue decks as well. Next up, we have a copy of either Sprite Blue or Sprite Jet. These 2 cards, or one of these 2 cards, needs to be on 3 copies, like I said in my previous video, but not Starter. Starter is a really crazier card. Is a much crazier card than the Blue and the Jet. This so it's basically you use this and then you start off your combo with getting Blue, then Jet, then and so on and so forth. Whereas if you have one of these monsters back to 3 copies, it would be alright though. It would increase the consistency of the deck, but it won't be to a point that you won't be able to play the game for some sort. And your opponent will just need to normal summon a level 2 so that you can spell summon another Sprite monster from your hand. So that is one minor detail that we need to take note with regards to, or to go up against sprites. So this or this on the 3 copies might be okay. So that's it. Next up, we have a copy of Bestial Magnemot. Now we already got the 3rd copy of our Bestial Jerusalem, which we actually predicted correctly in our past video. For now, I do think the second copy or even a third copy of Magnamut would be somewhat nicer. And if ever Fiendspint is going to be in the game in the couple of months or so, I think this would be somewhat beneficial. And if ever Konami would or Master Duel would not hit Yubel in the next month, this would actually help out in, you know, removing some of the pest cards that you have with Yubel. So this on 3 copies would actually help out some of the minor or rogue decks. But yeah, it also brings power to Centurions if ever that would be the case, since Centurions are using the second or the third copy of Jerusalem at the moment. That is basically it, our Bishal Magnamut, and like I said in my previous videos, the other Bishals like the Saranir, we don't want to have that on 3 copies because that is a crazy card to go up to pair it with Branded, and Branded at the moment is very strong even with a ton of hits to its lineup. This, even increasing this to 2 copies would actually help out the Branded deck. So that's the only Bishal monster that I really want. And lastly, this is basically just a consideration if ever Konami would actually bring this back to 3 copies, because it allows you to have an additional body of a level 3 or lower psychic monster from your hand or deck to the field. Problem with this is there are a ton of level 3 or lower psychic tuner monsters that you can access to the field, and with a level 8 or with a level 7, you can gain access to a Baron the Floor or any level 10 synchro monster that easy. So like I said, it's basically just a consideration to put this back on 3 copies. But the rest is what I really wanted to predict back to 3 copies. So that is our unlimited section. Let's move on with our semi-limited. Okie doke. So for our semi-limited, we only have 2. We have the Black Witch and a copy of our Avatar Kirin. Now, Kirin is the only thing significant for a semi-limited hit for the Fire Kings. I don't think that Yubel, we have some hits for Yubel, but it's not going to be for semi-limited. We'll have that one for the limited section. So for the semi-limited, it's only just going to be Avatar Kirin, and like I said in my previous video, Ponix, the Volcanics, the Garunix, those cards are basically run or played on 1 to 2 copies, so it doesn't really make a difference if you add or if you have them on the semi-limited section. So the next best thing is we have Avatar Kirin, which is a really powerful card. If you pop this, you can special summon 1 marking monster and then pop 1 card in the field, which is pretty strong. Next up, we have a copy of Black Witch. Now, since Black Witch has been, I think it was limited in OCG, and I'm not sure if this is going to be added into the ban list by next month or so, but I think this is going to be added into the ban list if ever we'll have the White Forest or the Sinful Spoils archetype added into the game, if ever that would be the case. But this is very consistent enough with the Snake Eyes Fire Kings deck. If ever they're still planning this to have, or if ever they'll still plan this to be on 3 copies in the near future. But if ever we'll have those new cards like the White Forest or the Sinful Spoils archetype, we'll have this like nerfed a bit, like to 2 copies. That would be somewhat reasonable. So that is our semi-limited. Let's move on with our limited section. For our limited section here, we have a couple. Well, not really a couple, like a ton. So, first and foremost, we have here the Fire Kings lineup and the Snake Eyes lineup. Ponix to 1 is okay. People are running 1 to 2 copies of this. Majority are playing with 2. I do think running with 1 copy lessens the consistency. Same with Poplar. I do think that Black Witch is just better off with just 2 copies, but not on 1. Poplar is more significant, so this on 1 copy would be somewhat better. Then we have Dark Beckoning or a copy of the Spirit Gates. The reason why I added this is one of the powerful cards into the Yubel archetype. This allows you to extra normal summon 1 Fiend monster with 0 attack and defense, which is very crazy for an effect. Second of all, it can gain access to a copy of Spirit Gates, and Spirit Gates at its own right can gain you a level 10 monster, which is the 1 Fiend monster with 0 attack and defense from your graveyard. So typically one of the Yubel monsters. and if you have a level 10 monster on the field, you can gain access to one continuous spell card from your graveyard. So gaining an access of a Nightmare Pain from your graveyard is kind of significant. So, like I said, this on one copy would be so much better. This or a copy of Dark Beckoning would be so much better than Super Poly. The reason why I want this here, so my idea for this is that if ever they'll hit the Yubel archetypes, or some of the Yubel cards is going to be hit, I think this stayed on 3 copies would be alright. It's not going to be like a big issue, but is that correct? No, sorry, I think I said it in a different way, or the other way around. So if ever they hit the Yubel archetype, this needs to be on 1 copy. Very powerful stuff, very powerful card. This limited to 1 would actually help out quite a lot with some other decks. And also, it won't be a crazy card for the Yubel archetype. If ever you'll hit the Yubel, then they're just gonna add some other crazier cards like Super Poly into the mix, and then use your cards as fodders for the other fusion Yubel monster. So if you hit Yubel, you need to hit Super Poly, not the other way around. If you have Yubel still into the game and they haven't hit Yubel, Super Poly needs to be on 3 copies still. At least it would balance out some of the important cards for the Yubel archetype. Then we have set rotation. Now the reason why I want set rotation back, really helpful for rogue decks. Second of all, if ever they want this back into the game, I think Chicken Game needs to be removed or banned from the game. Chicken Game is one of the best cards to add or to have with the set rotation card. So set 2 field spells with different names on the field from your deck. So a really important effect there. And it is a quick play spell. So the idea for this is gaining access to one of your field spell that you need, and then having a copy of Chicken Game on the other side. Now, I do think that the effect would not be that very impactful, but having to gain access to a Chicken Game on your opponent's side will, first and foremost, allow you to draw 1 card. And second of all, it will protect you if ever you have the lowest life points from both of your life points. Anywho, so that is one of my reasons to have set rotation back, but Chicken Game needs to be banned. Then lastly, for our extra deck, it's just 1 monster, and that is a Phantom of Yubel. Very crazy stuff. I do think that this is really oppressive in the Yubel archetype. Having to contact Fuse and then have this card in the field, and you can summon a ton of Phantom of Yubels on the field as long as you have the materials that you can spin back to your deck. So yeah, having this to 1 copy would actually be alright for the game, or for the Yubel archetype in a sense. So that is our Yubel, or so that is our limited section. Let's move on with our forbidden list. Okay, so for our forbidden list, it's just basically 1 copy, and I will stand by in banning a copy of Kali Yuga. So that's it. Kali Yuga is a really crazy card. Once summoned to the field, you can stop all of the effects, or the effects can't be activated. And yeah, it's basically a 3/5 attack, 3k body that you can easily access with a copy of the new Raid Raptors plus the Phantom Knights cards, or just basically the new Raid Raptors card. So very important card, and like I said, this needs to be banned. I do think other cards like Floodgates needs to be added into the forbidden list, or maybe in the limited list, but I think majority of the Floodgates now are on the limited list, so I think that's still okay. At least stun decks are not really like the go-to deck nowadays, but they're still very formidable though. Regardless, Kali Yuga is the only card that I want to have in the forbidden list. So that is it for our forbidden list. We'll still continue on with the stream. Tell me your thoughts on the prediction ban list, and we'll still tackle the newer cards in the near future. So I think we got Goblin Riders and Ritual Beasts as our next archetype to showcase for this channel. So that is for the month of October. I do think we still need some minor support cards alongside the 2 new archetypes. If ever Decade will release his stream, so for the leaks. Regardless, that is it for today, guys. Keep safe, good luck. We'll still continue on with the stream. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Okay, now that's all. Now that's over. Let's continue on with grinding our levels or grinding our Duelist Cup. So, what I'm doing by far today is just playing a ton of voice. Still a pretty good deck, but I've been tweaking a lot with some other tier elements. I did play the new Lightsworn with the tier elements. They were okay though. Like I said earlier in the previous content, it's just basically using Horus or the typical tier element deck. So it doesn't really matter at all. So I really thought that it would be a crazier deck than usual, but I was wrong. I was wrong. Let's continue on with the Duelist Cup, and hopefully we can gain access to the max level for the Duelist Cup with just voiceless voice. It's been a while since I've played or touched my computer, not the other way around. It's really bad if I say it like that, but it's been a while since I've played on a computer. I think that's the right word for it. So, yeah. But just for information, the internet in the Philippines is not that great, but we can manage. It is manageable. Oh, look at that! We have this deck here. Okay, let's see here. We have Hierarchia, so that's still okay. Use that. Dump a card. Very cool. And go for this. Tribute that. Alright, so that's cool. That's nice. And use the effect of Herald. You have another card there? No. Special Summon. Use the effect. If this gets imperm, still have barrier. Pretty good. And we have it here. Barrier there. Use the effect. Get this. Now we can't use the effect of low here, so we need to like sacrifice 2 monsters in the field. That way still be alright. And dump that. Get a copy of this to the hand. And what else? Hold on. Yep, and then we go for a copy of this. Ritual Summon. Since this is negated, we need to sacrifice 1 monster, which is that one there. And then with that, I do think that adding a copy of this on hand would be alright. Or this. I think this would be alright. That's okay. I'm not sure about this, if ever I will I'm making this, or if I'm doing this correctly, but yeah, let's see. Let's just end the turn. So let's see. So we only have 1 negate so far. And oh, interact with that. So so this is branded. 45 card branded. That's weird. Let's see. What do you have here? Oh. Alright. Ad libitum. Wow. Destroy that card. 4. Cool. Cool. Great. Oh. Called by. I think we're good. We're good here. Dump that to the grave. Add 1 card. No more. Alrighty. Okay. It's targeted, right? Yeah. Okay. I think I should go for this. Don't have any gate though. Yeah, I'm okay. Add back to hand. Cool. Got called by second turn. Oh, negate. No proper interaction, so just this and nothing more. Summon that monster. He has 2 cards on hand. Back row. Add Leviathan of Despia. I have 1 negate. Still okay. Not half bad. Let's see. Nothing. Interaction. No interaction. Okie doke. No interaction at all. What? Okie doke. Still, I think I still need like 2 or 3 games, or 1 more game, and then I max out. All right, of course. Please be something good. Go. Still alright. Oh, not really the best of hand here. Well, I think we rank down here, guys. We rank down. Ooh. Super heavy. Coral? Search 1 card. Oh dear God. Super heavy samurai. BB. Dragon. Going in between. Don't tell me wrong. Be alone with me to another world. Rely on each other. Whoa. We have 3 maxis, 3 ash. We haven't got any. We even got a gamma here, and we still didn't do anything. Gonna copy 1 card. Not good. Not good. Oh my God, this is really bad. I think we can win this if we have a copy of Super Poly. And yes, I run Super Poly with this deck. And Nibiru, wow. And we rely on each other. Wow. Can I have Yubel here? Oh, I didn't add Yubel. Should really place Yubel here. This. Ooh, not good. Another wonder. What's that like? Who's that? That's Silang Ban? Yeah. Oh, reply. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my God, this guy is popping off, and then he's gonna use this, use that. Oh my God. Summon. Alright. Another wonder. And that is what we are. In between. How can we be wrong? Oh dear God. Then wait, what? Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can't link summon. If you have this on the board, if you only have 1 Baron floor though. That plus not that bad. Not that bad. That's good. I mean, crazy. This guy can dump maxi, sure. Yeah. I'll search that. This is manageable. Oh, he got an ash. He got an ash. He got an ash. I think we can win this, boys. See if he has maxi, then it's still manageable. We can manage. Use this effect. There we go. Use tribute. Negate. Or no. No negate, okay. Bada boom. Send to the graveyard. Effect. Effect. You better negate that, boy. Boom, 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 boom. I think this is our win. Yep, that is our win. Let's just hope I don't misplay here. So, summon that to the field. Very cool. What? You have an interaction here, though. Where you have an interaction? We'll have an interaction. If you have no spell trap present in graveyard, you contribute regular spell trap in graveyard. Oh, alright. Hopefully they don't misplay this one though. Let's use this. Aha! You have this quick play spell, my friend. In between. How can I be wrong? You are always wrong. He's just playing. Yes! Yeah. Contribute this card. I don't need that, boy. I don't need that. Should I summon another monster with the field? I should. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it. I'm gonna manage with this. To another world. And rely on each other. Wow, wow. La 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 la. Wow, wow. I'm in between. Rah, 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 rah. To another world. And we rely on each other. Wow, wow. They're relying on each other. Wow, wow. And you can get this. I can get that though. Rely on each other. Wow, wow. This is game over, by the way. So. Yep. Would I really like to sacrifice? Nope. Just sacrifice this. I might have done or something. Yep. Bye bye. And we got max level! Woo! That's a good. There we go. With voiceless voice. Cha! Alright. Okay. That's good. We managed to max out with voiceless voice. Alright, so we go for... I think we're done with this for a bit. Then we can just continue on with our ranked duels. So we are gonna test out the new cards. What did I want to test out here? So they really go with. We got Centurion, Ubel. Oh yeah, forgot about Naturia Runic. Should we do this in another video? But yeah. No, not Naturia Runic. Naturia Ragnarika. I really wanted to do Ogdoadic. Ogdoadic. Addict. Do. Nunu. And then Noya. I think Noya is the one here. We don't need this. Just this. How many copies did we get for Nunu? I think there's a Noya one copy. I think we'll do this at another time, but I will be tempted though in, you know what? I will be tempted. I will get a copy of Snake Ring, or we should go with Naturia Ragnarika first. I think playing Naturia Ragnarika is on another video. What we can do now, I'm pretty sure we can just do this because I think we have the stream for Ragnarika and Naturia on another day, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we'll have it tomorrow though, and then we can test Ragnarika on the next day. So we'll have that tomorrow for Naturia Ragnarika, so we won't be doing that for now. For now, we shall do just the Ragnarika. I think it'll be alright, right? Right. Yes, baby, you're actually right. I will check out my video because I forgot the list. So we have a weird build on my side. So let's see here. 3 Noyas, 3 Nunus. Wow. Then what else do we have? At least the other cards for Ragnarikas are just cheap. Oh, so 3 Noyas, 3 Nunus. Abu. The curse is on 1 copy. Oh yeah, I forgot because they are the ones needed for the deck. Yeah. 1 copy of that and 3 copies of Snake Rain. Snake Rain. Yes. Goo goo gaga. I think we can manage with this. Serpent. What's the name of the serpent again? This one here. Agu, aga, agu, gu, 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 ga. And then we need Strana as well. This is not a good Ragnarika. At least the Ragnarikas are pretty much cheap, so we can just make the deck out of it. They're on 1 copies anyway, so much easier. One of that, one of this, one of this. You can choose to run this, but I don't want to. So this one, this one, this one, and this one here. 3 copies of this. Bah. 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 Yeah, I think that's okay. Oh no, there. Rely on each other. No. Out of between. Let me get. So we have 60, 180, and we still have the what you call this? Strana. Did I get a copy of Strana? No, I didn't. I really thought I got a copy of Strana here. Oh no! This is not good. This is not good. I think the extra deck is kind of expensive here. Feral Imps. We'll rely on each other. No. Hyperiton. I think Nib isn't really like a big problem here, so we're all right. The Amble Whale. Oh yeah, we can go with the We can actually do a lock here. Zelantis lock can be accessible. Zelantis. Forgot about this. Resurgent. I think Resurgent is. Please be. This is SR. Thank God. Ooh, Abu. Blue whale. And Lizardos. I think Lizardos is an SR. The newly added card. Oh, it's a rare. That's great. Resurgent, Bestower of Flames. Really, I run Bestower here? Oh yeah, because some of them are fire. I don't know which one is it, but I do think that one is fire. This one here. My God, I forgot this combo. It's been a while since I play this or use this deck again. So we got that Feral Imps. We got Typhon. I really need to run Typhon? I don't know. Got in between. How can we be wrong? I can just run this though. And we rely on each other. I can you be wrong? Stay away from me to another world. Or we cannot go with the Zelantis lock. I think that's still right. And we rely on each other. No. Serpent. I forgot about this lady. Serpent. Princess. Serpentine. Serpentine. Oh, you have a ton of bricks here, so I'm not sure about this combo, if this would be so relevant. But let us see. I mean... we shall see. Anyway. To another world, and we rely on each other. Wow. I think that's alright, I guess. Alright, so let's see what we... No, not Manchuria. Ogdoadic. Damn it. I need like 30 UR shards for this. Crap. Wow! So I did 120. 3 cards and another 30. Not sure about this. Let's dismantle some stuff. Obtain. Let me go for SRs. Genix. We do have this. That one there. Okay, not that. Ooh, what's the matter? Okay. Hold on, guys. Okay, it's morning. It's night. We see each other. Wow. How can we be wrong? They are with me. Wow. Hey, her daddy.
Pagbana ko yung... Ano? Ha?
Pwede ito. Gusto ko. Ano yan?
Ay, kung ano ko pwede. Nagbayad siya sa Amazon. Offer ta siya.
Tali man si Kwan. Hindi sila sir na pa.
Princess.
Change ako. Hindi mo sila matuloy.
Ay ko.
Can you not like change, convert the airport? Rely on each other. Wow. Aroma mage. Yes. We rely on each each other. Wow, wow. What is this? Blue-blooded Oni? Ooh. I think we should open some packs here. I think I'm gonna regret this, but we should really open some packs. Ooh. Maybe I'll watch his. It's okay. Here, watch Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel. It's alright. It's alright. At least we're done with that one. I rely with each other. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna regret this, but we should really pull some cards. Do the shop! I think 5k is enough. I think I'm gonna regret this. To another world. Ooh. Rely on each other. Wow, in between. How can we be wrong? Say hello with me to another world. Go. Lokai. Sanada. Ready my food. Here we go. Well, mommy's preparing your food. Preparing your food. Here. Hello. Lily. There. There. Abba. Abba. Yes. And rely on each other. What are we? I should really like. I don't want to craft the newer cards here, but or Mage Jasmine. SRs. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Rely on each other. Ooh, generators. I have one copy of this and one copy. I need two of this. Yes. Oh, rely on each other. Wow, wow. You have broccoli? We have broccoli today. Ay, wala nga. Kaon nga po broccoli gabi. So, yeah, we'll make that one later. Don't you worry. Ooh. Don't really want to open some random card decks. Just this one, I guess. Give me 3 URs to dismantle. Or if we get the Strena, then it'll be easier. Hopefully I won't regret this. Hopefully I won't regret this. Hopefully. Yes. 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 Sorry. So the cards I saved, or the crystals I saved, I really hope that we get something out of this. Really, really hope so. Not looking good for us, boys. Ooh. Sana balloon. All right, we're nothing great. Oh, Rika Queen. Please, something good. Ooh. Wow. Not the right card, but yeah, we'll take it. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Please, please, Strena. Strena. Yeah, no. Yes, no. Goddamn. Not good. Skip. Only 2 URs. Still need to dismantle 2 more. 2 more. Right. All right. So we got a 1 copy of this. We need just 1 copy of this, and we're sorted. Hopefully these 2 will be helpful for us. Yes, I know, right? What? It's going good for us. Please, 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 please. Strena? No, not Strena. So at least we have 2 cards to dismantle. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Skip that. So we got crappy cards, and we saved like 3,500 gems out of it. So it's still good. Still good. So time to make our Ogdoadic deck. Up. Dismantle first. Wait, what? No, not generate. Dismantle cards. Extra card today. So we got that there, and then great. And we go for URs. Wow. I think that's enough, I guess. 2 more cards. Back. We only have, or we only need 2 copies. Why am I putting this here? Dismantle, bro. What did I? Ching. That's enough. Okay, so 1 Magnemite and 1 copy of the Albion, the Brondad. That's right, I guess. And then we will craft. Glossy. Nothing fancy. We got our deck. Okay, time to end the stream. Oh my god, I forgot this deck and how to use this. Really forgot this. Zelantis OTK, Zelantis FTK. Oh yeah, Zelantis OTK, and then okay, I'm just gonna watch my combo here. Basically, I forgot. So we need also just need one Snake Rain and then one card to dump. Playing of the Attic. Sacrificing 2k gems. Alright, let's see my combo in action. Discard, so discard the Serpent, one Nunu, one Curse, 1 Noya. Oh god. You Serpent. Tribute that. Summon one monster to the field. Summon the Curse. Hold on, I'm just gonna let you guys watch this. Just basically still forget. There we go. It's Stinky. Card on the field, we can use the effect of Nunu to spell summon to the field. Since we have 2 level 4s, okay, so we do this. Right. I summon here, since Noya will get us a copy of our Daybreak, and since the Curse, Noya to... If we have an Ogdo Attic card on the field, we can use the effect of Nunu to spell summon to the field. Since we have 2 level 4s, we can rank up into a copy of the Feral Imp. Feral Imp will get us a copy of the Serpentine Princess to our hand. So this is typically our extender later on. So what we do now is use the effect of Daybreak, tribute our Curse to the field. Now, the Daybreak summons tokens to the field depending on the level of the monster that you tributed, divisible by 2, so you can summon 4 tokens to the field. So we have 4 tokens, and at this point, we can link climb. So first, we go into a copy of our Skeletal Soldier, and then our Mantis, and then lastly, our copy of our Chain Coils. With our Chain Coils, we need to summon afterwards a copy of Zelantis, and then use the effect of the Mantis from the graveyard, tribute or spin back our Feral Imp to summon our Mantis to the field. Now with Mantis on the field, all you need to do now is just use the effect of Zelantis, banish all the monsters on the field for a wipe, and then the first monster you summon to the field would be Mantis. Now Mantis will lock you in spell summoning any monsters that are not insect, plants, or reptiles on the field. So basically Zelantis will be removed, but this is basically a wipe. You're free to attack your opponent head on. So what can we do at this point is we use the extender for the normal summon, which is Serpentine Princess. Normal summon that, tribute that with a copy of the Chain Coils, and once the Serpentine will be shuffled back to the deck, you can gain access to the Evil Seed, and with the Evil Seed, gain access to the Bloom and a copy of the Beetle. So there we go. Banish 1 card, right, and then we gain access to the Beetle once more with the Bloom. Link off. Okay, so we can do this. Dump that. So discard 1. No, not that one. 1 copy of Nono. 1 copy of... Let me just dump another one here. Curse, and a copy of this one here. It's 4 cards, Serpentine, yeah. Use the pick of Serpentine, spell summon to the field. Use the effect of curse, banish that, special this. Use the effect, will summon a copy of Noya. Noya will get us a copy of Daybreak. Then use the effect of Nunu here. Spell summon to the field. Okay, we're doing this correctly though. Rank up. King of Fire Imps. Detach 1. Get a copy of Serpentine. Then we go into Daybreak. Tribute that. So we'll summon some tokens. That there. Coffee lang please. Thank you. So what did we summon first? We go with a copy of Mantis, right? Mantis. So this is the OTK that we did earlier. And then we can choose to banish cards. Get a copy of the trap card. But this is an OTK. Over this. Foils. Go for Zelantis. Right. Use this, summon our monk. Boom. Banish. Summon. Then normal. That. Use the coils. Boom. Special. Okay, it's looking good. And this it's still pretty good though. You can banish this. If you have an extra monster, you can do that. Banish, will summon that. Turn the deck. Still pretty good. That's nice. Skeletal. Special summon. Ooh, you can also spell summon that. Rely on each other. Wow, wow. Target will be banished from the target's graveyard. Oh, okay. So this is typically like an OTK already. Discard. Sure, we're gonna discard that. Spell summon. Banish 1. Banish that. And then we go for this. So 2, 5. Rely on each other. Wow, wow. Do I lack the damage though? Oh, by the way, you can choose not to use the monk at this point if you're going for an OTK. If with this link, which is the Celine Snapper. Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons why we got the Snapper. Okay. All right. So that was a minor misplay on my part. Okay. That's why we removed that. Another Snake Rain. Does this affect? I think it only does once per turn, right? Okay, so you can't do anything about this other than sacrificing that. So you need the snapper. So you need the snapper. There we go.
Let's not carrots, that's potato.
Sweet potato. Okay. Let's try the end board thing. But first, want to do again the combo. We rely on each other. We be wrong. Do another. We rely. Wah, wah. Nana. Oh my god. Let's see. Then one reptile. Card one card. Card. Card this. There. Noya. Summon to the field. Noya, get a copy of Daybreak. Spell summon. Summon that. Back. Spell summon. Your hand. think that's game. So 2926, 3 can 3-2. You have more than lethal. Yeah, that's 5 plus 3-2. You have more than lethal. Then your opponent can't use hand traps, so that's OTK. That's good. Let's go for a board. I think establishing a board is not that hard, as long as you have the right cards. But I do think I think triple tactics thrust is not really like the best card. Hold on. It is kind of good though if you're going for Snake Rain. Imperm. You're relying on each other. I think that's alright. Do they tribute first? You target first and then you shuffle them or spin. Let's see. Still don't have a Snake Rain. You can still do it. We'll still manage to do an OTK. I mean, board with this. Banish 2. Get the trap card. And spin back 1. Still won't be like enough. that. Oh, you can use that. Oh, we can use the tokens. Very nice. You can't because it's just you need to spin it. Oh, right. One downside. It's alright, I guess. Not too bad, but a reptile, insect, reptile. Not too bad. Could have done better. I think beat troopers are much better with this. Much better. Pretty cool. Anyways, that's it. But anyways, I think that's it for today, guys. I will make a proper deck list with regards to the Ogdo Attic and the other stuff. Showcase will be with this coming days, of course. And yeah, a ton of contents. Yeah, I'll be ending shortly because jet lag. Anyway, so I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. See you guys later. Bye-bye.